Chelsea 1 Atletico Madrid 1, Blues forced to settle for second in Champions League group. Blues star Eden Hazard was immense in his favourite playground and dragged his side back into it with a cross which deflected in off Stefan Savic after Saul Niguez had fired Atletico in front. But when he set up WILLIAN for what should have been the winner, the Brazilian sliced his shot miles over and Chelsea blew their chance to top Group C. It means they will have to face Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain or Besiktas, depending on results tonight, in the knockout round, a potentially much more demanding route to the later stages. It was an outcome Antonio Conte wanted desperately to avoid and, knowing a win would mean his side would avoid meeting any of the other group winners, he sent out a strong side. But it was Atletico who almost drew first blood, despite only arriving at the stadium just over an hour before kickoff because of traffic congestion. The last time Atletico played here, Torres was in Chelsea's starting lineup, for a Champions League semi-final they lost in 2014. This time the former Blue was on the other side and it was his early turn and deflected shot which almost caught Thibaut Courtois. Chelsea had won back-to-back games going into this one and knew another win would be enough to ensure they topped the group. But it wasn't until Alvaro Morata received a pass in the 17th minute, took one touch, then two, and turned to fire a curler just wide, that the home side began to threaten. Chelsea's best performance of the season came against Atletico when they won a statement game in Madrid. Diego Simeone's men only won one of their next 7 games after that but came into this one on the back of a run of 4 straight wins which suggested they had turned a corner. Then a turn of pace from Hazard brought another opportunity, with Victor Moses cutting in from the right and Morata stretching to fire in a shot which Jan Oblak held. Atletico had to win to have a chance of going through but seemed to lack punch up front with Diego Costa not eligible to start for them until January. There has been speculation Costa would travel anyway to watch his new team take on his old but there was no sign of him at Stamford Bridge. Davide Zappacosta was next to go close for Chelsea, with Oblak down quickly to turn his fizzing low effort around the post. Atletico didn't manage a shot on target until Griezmann curled a tame free kick over the wall in the 48th minute. It didn't trouble Courtois. Almost immediately Hazard picked out Cesc Fabregas in the box and his cross was cleared for a corner which ended up with Oblak saving an Andreas Christensen header. Hazard was starting to look irresistible, leaving 2 opponents for dead before firing too high, with Morata then forcing Oblak into another save. Then, out of nowhere, former Blue Filipe Luis beat Courtois with a scintillating 54th minute volley which rebounded off the post for Koch to head back into the keeper's grateful arms. And 3 minutes later Atletico grabbed a shock lead when Torres nodded on a corner and Timu Kyoku lost Saul, who buried a free header at the back post. Hazard dragged Chelsea back into it when his cross was turned into his own net by Stefan Savic with 15 minutes left. Morata almost grabbed a second but Oblak was out quickly to smother and substitute Willian then blazed over with only the keeper to beat after more great work from Hazard. Even then the drama wasn't done with Fabregas playing in substitute Michy Batshuayi, who stormed into the box but missed the top corner by a whisker. Chelsea, 3-5-1-1, Courtois, Azpilicueta, Christensen, Cahill, Moses, Fabregas, Kant, Bakayoko, Pedro 64, Zappacosta, Willian 72, Hazard, Morata, Batshuayi 81. Subs: Caballero, Rudiger, Alonso, Drinkwater. Atletico Madrid, 4-4-2, Oblak, Jimenez, Savic, Lucas, Luis, Party, Gabi, Vieto 79, Saul, Coke, Griezmann, Torres, Carrasco 58. Subs: Moya, Godin, Correa, Gameiro, Versalchko, Vieto. Referee: Danny McCauley, Holland.